what you wanna speak, never say so. It's like these couldn't breathe to my face though. Because I'm far out of your league, sure that they know.
What's going on, DSG? It's your boy Darrnell Bradley back with y'all another video. Today we got a little bit something different. Now y'all know this whole crypto zoo thing, whatever that Logan had going on. I've been seeing all about it. I haven't really reacted too much on it. You know what I'm saying? This guy Coffeezilla. I watched his last video on it, the like 30-minute something long video. I was gonna react to it, but I was like, I don't want to react to a 30-minute video of this. So I just watched that. But we can react to this one because this was only 7 minutes. This is my response to Coffeezilla's scam allegations. Now, this came out yesterday, I believe. I have already seen a bunch of thumbnails saying that this was a bad response and da-da-da-da-da-da. But let's just be real. Like, Logan, when it comes to the Paul brothers and other people on YouTube, da-da-da, like, the hate just gravitates toward them. So I want to see what Logan's got to say about it. And just to be real, like, me personally, there's no stake in it for me. I didn't buy into this. I don't do cryptos. You know what I'm saying? But I am interested because Logan was, you know, presumably on this redemption arc period from some of the previous mistakes he had made in life, and that's what got me interested in this, knowing what Logan had came from, where he failed at, and how he was trying to come back on, and now to have this issue. I'm interested to see how he handles it. So be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all that social media. We're here, that ain't further ado. 3, 2, 1, click.
Coffeezilla. I watched her 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation. So in this video today...
Oh, yeah. Logan said, all right, I'm going after you hard now. Okay. Because Coffeezilla, he had, in his thing, when he was going off and how he was saying, the biggest thing I saw as far as Logan's issue about what he did wrong. Well, one, it was Logan's team, so obviously if he was the leader, so if things fail, it's ultimately going to be on his shoulders. You just can't get around that when you are the head of something. But it seems like the biggest that still frame though. But it seemed like his biggest issue was knowing that things were going downhill, knowing that things were wrong, knowing that there were people that he couldn't trust, and still letting the ball move forward. And through the mess ups, instead of stopping, he kept trying to maneuver through it instead of just saying, hold up, stop, backtrack, we're gonna redo this. You know what I'm saying? Which is what he should have done. From what I understand from Coffeezilla's video, I feel like that could have definitely nullified everything that was going in Logan's way if he would have just stopped it, because he knew from quite a while before that there were shady characters he was working with. But all right, we're gonna move.
With very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation. So in this video today, I'm going to be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, Coffeezilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance.
Okay. All right. Well, within watching Coffeezilla's thing, I did see a lot of speculation, things he didn't have proof for. You know what I'm saying? You see things like that on Tucker Carlson. Dear God. I thought it might have been a very hard comparison. But like when it's speculative news, not to be really taken as fact, you know what I'm saying? They're giving you, they'll lay some facts out for you. They'll do that, but then they will lay out a bunch of opinion-based stuff, which I did see in Coffeezilla's thing. He's like, well, if this happened this way, then it could only mean this, and da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Which, to an investigator's credit, you do that, but you know, when you're presenting the evidence, you want to have a little more than that. So I can see where Logan's coming from. Okay.
Cited journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. But as opposed to just telling you, I'm going to show you some of the core discrepancies that I caught in Coffeezilla's investigation. Coffee, you interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million. Well, his name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process. I can see why you kept him anonymous.
Who will be calling Z here.
I guess among many things, it doesn't...
Logan was like, fuck all that Z stuff. We out here. You want to bring it? Then we here with it. All right, okay. All right. So his shady character, honestly, if I was Logan at that point, I'd have just shut it down, period. All right, I ain't dealing with, we got to start this thing new with fresh new people who have chill backgrounds, who ain't doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, okay, all right.
I can see why you kept him anonymous.
Who will be calling Z here.
I guess among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm burning $50,000 a week.
Which, side note, is how this delusionist landed on the $1 million code ransom, but it turns out he only had 3 engineers. Wouldn't someone with journalistic integrity know their credible source had not only an agenda, but a fondness for orange jumpsuits? Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on? Because even if you're lying to yourself, Steven, you still have to believe it. And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process, who has turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires, the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me. And
See, okay, yeah, we got you moving. We're moving. We got you. There were people in your group who should not have been there. But my only issue is that you saw things moving sideways way earlier. You should have just shut it down. Now, like I said, I'm not into crypto like that. So if it would have taken more clockwork, more screws, however to do it to shut it down, if it was something that was impossible at the time, I don't know. But whatever, even if it wasn't completely shut, whatever the stop button was, there should have been no release. There should have been no avenue for these people to sell in the open market, because I don't feel like the market should have opened on the zoo coins and things like that. Because like I said, I see where Logan's coming from. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm glad he put himself as that idiot, because it's yours. It's yours. You have to know certain things, but also when you got to give a little bit, you know, when you're in charge of a huge operation, it's hard to keep tabs on every single individual. You usually delegate people to keep tabs on those people, and then the ones that you hired to keep tabs on report back to you. You know what I'm saying? That's not abnormal, you know what I'm saying? But you got to trust everyone in your camp. And then once you realize, like I said, from the dude that fled to Switzerland, like, was that person not vetted? You know what I mean? Like, once that happened, I feel like you should have known that, all right, obviously my vet team is not those people, and I feel like there just should have been a restart still. Let's go.
There's the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me. And surely you knew Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you interviewed him. So either you missed that or you knew it and failed to let the public know. Why? Because it was a clear sign that he was also untrustworthy. You seemed pretty excited when the guy told you that he couldn't hatch the eggs.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
You're kidding. You can't hatch?
You can't hatch?
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch eggs and even breed your animals.
Click on that. Oh, we got a duck.
And as you pointed out in your fine print, cross-hatching was available on ETH at one point, but you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way,
All right.
almost all NFTs are just pictures.
Okay, so he said there was proof of some people who could hatch stuff. Okay, all right, I'll give it to you.
Basically, nothing worked.
He showed people doing it. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, was it some people? Because I've heard before also that they wouldn't hatch. You know what I'm saying? But like from right here, it seems like somebody's playing it.
You perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, it out and even breed your 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch.
Yeah, so you got people. It seems like people are playing it.
Even
so
breed your animals.
All right, like I said, I don't play it. I don't do crypto, so I wouldn't know. But it looks like we got somebody on here doing stuff. So okay.
On that. Oh, we got a duck.
And as you pointed out in your fine print, cross-hatching was available on ETH at one point, but you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
No, it's just a picture.
And surely a
It's just a picture. Almost all NFTs. That is a factual statement. Okay.
way, guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
No, it's just a picture.
And surely a real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then more like an internet criminal, post it online.
If you're this far in the video and you're not subscribed, what the fuck?
It was interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Now, although you didn't verify any backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws, you still published the defamation. However, unlike you, the blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his motives were purely financial. Conman Eddie, lead developer, stole $1.7 million. True or not, when we learned he was a bad actor as well, he was immediately removed from the team. While myself and Jeff sold nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain.
Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul.
I repeat, Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money on Crypto Zoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case.
Okay, because yeah, in Dude's video, in Coffeezilla's video, he did say that Logan and Jeff did not sell as per the plan that Logan had set out as far as how they were going to move it. You know what I'm saying? So within that, I can see what Logan is talking about. You know what I'm saying? The people that were doing nefarious things, they moved on it. Now, Coffeezilla was always talking about buying, how they bought in when the market wasn't out yet, so that they could wait for the market to go and then sell so they can make more money. And like, that to me is, to be honest, from what I do know about crypto and even just trading in general, like, that should be normal, bruh. Like, especially like when you're the one like creating it, of course you're gonna take yours off the top. I mean, like, you know what I mean? But okay, all right.
Money on Crypto Zoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case with dozens of crypto and NFT projects, the space is unfortunately ripe for bad actors to infiltrate projects that start with even the best intentions. Jake the Snake is no longer affiliated with Crypto Zoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining his reputation. Conman Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout, but I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back. But even after 12 months of work, you've still managed to overlook one crucial piece of information. See, even though I've said it's coming so many times, you've assumed that Crypto Zoo isn't being made. Who are you to decide when the development timeline ends? I got everything stolen from me and our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the being made. Who are you to decide when the development timeline ends? I got everything stolen from me and our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took...
Okay, that part I'm not sure of. Like I said, I haven't looked to like stop promoting it publicly once he knew the internal issues. I guess from that perspective, I would need like dates from the last time he was like, oh yeah, this is coming out, this is good, to I guess the last time he knew that things were wrong. Like whatever text message, whatever, if there's something that shows the date to when he knew something was wrong to the last time he promoted it, I would have to see that. But all right, let's go.
Stolen from me and our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deep knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million.
That's funny. I'm sorry.
studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it. And maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me, personally. Not my manager, Jeff, who is not me, Steven, but the first time you did was on Christmas Eve after you released your series so you could rely on false statements and unreliable people used recklessly. The subject line was third request for comment. Yeah, not quite. This will be my third time reaching out to you and your team. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. Okay, so the last time on Christmas Eve, after the fact, was to me. You have a funny way of twisting things. And I also noticed you left out that part on Twitter. Why hide that? Trust me, CryptoZoo is coming. I will make damn sure of it. And honestly, it sucks that after years of personal reform, going through trials and tribulations and busting my ass to evolve into a person that I can say I'm actually proud of, you led the charge to drive and monetize a narrative telling millions of people that I'm a fraud or I tried to scam my audience. That is patently false. This video is mainly for my fans and anyone who's on the fence that I hope I can help understand a situation that is tremendously complex but has been oversimplified for both views and clicks. And lastly, Coffeezilla. I now know your motives with this. Clout and money, good for you, but also you're slimy as f. So I'm not gonna come on any of your podcasts. If you wanna come on Impulsive and talk about this, that's fine. You've denied my invitation multiple times. You're still invited. It can be a one-on-one. If not, we're gonna handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
All right. Okay, so he still got it going on. Okay. Yo, I mean, look. That was something. I'm gonna say this. From what I've seen with Logan Paul, from the whole Japan thing to the boxing to the current status, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I saw the growth and progression for him wanting to become a better person than he was. I get that. And when people say, oh, such and such is doing this for the money and this and that, listen, I'm sorry. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're even just doing YouTube, if you are doing something for yourself, there is an amount of some shit that's about the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we would all love to be here to save the children. I get you, but like, ain't nobody save nobody if they broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when you're moving like that, of course you're gonna make the money. And like how Coffeezilla was talking about, like, yeah, they bought this stuff, they bought the coin before the market went open so that they could sell it at a higher value or whatever. That crap is normal. Like, especially if you're the one who's created it, you're gonna take yours off the top, bruh. You and the other founders and the people working on whatever that whole, you're gonna take yours off the top. I'm sorry. Like, if y'all don't think that's normal, I can't help you because it really is. But I will say that Logan does bear a responsibility just because it was his team. Now, if he did everything that he said he did, started firing the people, that's cool. I still don't think he should have dropped. It shouldn't have come out when it did. Logan fucked up there. I will say that. It shouldn't have come out when it did based on everything I've seen. He should not have dropped it. It should not have become a public thing. When it did, knowing all these issues that were going on, it should not have dropped. And I think that is the biggest problem that Logan had. I think that was the biggest mistake that he did in that thing, was having all these problems and still releasing the CryptoZoo thing. I think he should have just held it back and let everybody know, hey, we had to push the date back. We had to push it out for these reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that could have definitely got him ahead of more of what was happening here. Coffeezilla, after like watching his video and watching this, there are definitely some questions that have arose, you know what I'm saying? But I see that Coffee had already made a video responding to this. So depending on how long that video is, we just might react to that next, or I just might watch it and you'll probably get some nerdcore reaction or something else after this. But we'll see how it pans out, whether through reactions or just personally. We're gonna see what's up. That's the take. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, follow me on all that there social media, and I'll catch y'all next one, fam. Peace.